Get ready with me while I tell you why I charge my kids tax and how it went terribly wrong. Also, do not mind the heatless curls. I slept on them. They fell a little bit last night, and now I'm feeling like I look a little bit like Fern Gully. Okay, so you know about the parent tax rule, right? Like every parent is allowed to take one chicken nugget from the box, all the fries in the bottom of the bag, at least 10% of the Halloween candy. It's the law. It's important to teach your children about tax by eating half their ice cream. And it's really the only type of tax I enjoy or remotely understand. But listen, you only ever take tax before you hand your child the snack or the drink. Never after. Rule of thumb with taxes, never after, because kids are nasty. Have y'all ever tried sharing a water bottle with a kid? A kid who simultaneously is eating Cheetos? Yeah. No, that water bottle will be so orange, you're gonna think you're drinking Gatorade. But it's not Gatorade. The amount of backwash and food particles that are floating around in that drink, I ain't touching it. So you only take tax in the beginning. But here is where the tax rule went terribly wrong. And listen, if you have a weak stomach, you may want to skedaddle. So every night, my 3-year-old, who's a very picky eater, a toddler being a picky eater, it's kind of a surprise. He gets a breakfast drink before he goes to bed. But on this particular night, he just wasn't in the mood, so I put it back because I didn't want to waste it. So the next day, before handing it to him, I took my tax because I didn't see him drink it the night before, and it was full. Now, I had the same straw in it as the night before. And when I go to take my tax and I take a big swig, something slimy, something solid, something soggy entered my mouth. I spit that thing out so fast and so far. Long behold, on the floor was a soggy, wet stick. A stick from my child's sucker. A sucker he had gotten at the gym hours before that he must have somehow stuck down in the straw in the 2.5 seconds that he had that cup in his hands. Now listen, I'll take one for the team because I would rather that have been me than my toddler having choked on his sucker. But I was still mortified. Absolutely disgusted and mortified. And I get it. There could have been a lot worse in that cup. There was a time when I was younger and I was in a restaurant and I noticed that there was a fly in the bottom of my cup and I cried, y'all. I cried. It was just a cringe moment of the thought of sucking up that fly. And even that could have been a whole lot worse. But no matter what it is, when you're expecting liquid and you get something solid, there's no coming back from it. So this is your reminder as parents. Those who take tax or those who don't take tax, but you need to start taking tax. It's still a thing. I still recommend it. To never, and I mean never, take tax after it has been in possession of the child for more than a second. Once that bag or that bottle has been opened and it has been in the possession of those tiny little fingers, consider it contaminated. I need to know, am I the only parent that takes tax? Now remember, parenting taxes all year long. There is no tax season, but it can backfire if you don't follow the rules. Your Uncle Sam, you don't do post-tax, you do pre-tax, okay? So follow the rules. Stay safe out there, my friends.